Boris Johnson is prepared to ignore threats from the EU and extend the amnesty on goods going to Northern Ireland, despite warnings from Brussels. In order to maintain trade with Northern Ireland, Mr. Johnson is willing to extend the amnesty on British meat products moving from Great Britain to Northern Ireland, Brandon Lewis has claimed. The amnesty for the produce runs out at the end of April, but Mr. Johnson could extend it if no resolution can be found, regardless of the threat of legal action from Brussels. Although the UK is working to find a solution to the export of products such as British sausages and pies, the Northern Ireland Secretary claimed the UK is prepared to unilaterally extend the period as a last resort. He told Newsletter, "We're prepared to do that, but George Eustace and the team at thre are working with the EU on that. The Cabinet Office team lead on the protocol to get the solution to that." In further news, Joe Biden risks angering Boris Johnson after the Prime Minister was dealt a major blow on the prospect of a U.S. post-Brexit trade deal, as officials believe a deal may not happen until 2024. Katherine Tai, President Joe Biden's trade representative, said a review of the negotiations which have taken place so far would be undertaken. Joe Biden's trade representative said the review would allow the administration to take stock of the discussions and the negotiations so far, and to establish government priorities due to coronavirus. Express understands UK Department for International Trade officials had been saving a special spot for a free trade deal with the US in post-Brexit trade policy, but American officials claim a UK deal is not a priority for Mr. Biden, who became US president in January. One former trade official in the U.S. Trade Representative's office told The Telegraph, "You might not get to it in the first term. I predict they'll do it, but there's a material chance they don't. It would be a mistake to assume this." The UK negotiations continues. "I am skeptical they're going to move forward from what I've seen and heard." Another former official added, "It is going to be some years at a minimum." Whitehall officials told this publication that a U.S. trade deal would help to promote a global Britain on the world stage. "We want negotiations to start as soon as possible," one source told Express.